Jimmy Lennon Jr. continues his introductions. We will take a look at the tail of the tape. And you see there Mike Tyson, a few years younger. He's actually 6 years younger. He's 11.5 pounds lighter than his Buster Douglas, and he's giving away 5 inches in height. And there's a considerable reach advantage you see there, too, for Buster Douglas. Now let's listen to Jimmy.
Fighting out of Columbus, Ohio. His record, 29 wins, 4 defeats, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 19 wins by way of knockout. He's ranked number 3 by the WBC, number 4 contender in the WBA. Please welcome the challenger, James Buster Douglas.
They don't know Buster Douglas too well here, but he's one of the real nice guys in boxing.
And his opponent, the defending champion on my left, really needing no introduction the world over. He's ready to fight out of the red corner and attired in black trunk. Hailing from Catskill, New York, his outstanding record, 37 wins, no defeats, with 33 big wins by way of knockout. He's making his 10th defense of the heavyweight crown, introducing the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the one and only Iron Mike Tyson.
Just another day at work for Mike Tyson. He looks almost bored as they call to the center of the ring by the referee.
Remember the dressing room instructions. Shake hands and good luck, both.
Mike didn't have that menacing look that we've seen in so many of his fights before. Quite cheer the way they do in the United States and other places around the world. So if you think the crowd isn't into it, we're in the Tokyo Dome. It seats some 60,000 people. There's about 30 to 35,000 here. But it's not that they're not into the fight. It's just that they don't seem to react the same way they do. You know, the baseball players bow at the umpires in baseball when they're called out on strike. The stage is set. We're set to go. Bob Sheridan here. You see Mike Tyson in the black trunks. Which Buster Douglas has come to fight tonight? We've seen him fight underway here. 10-point must scoring system. 3 judges and Mr. Uchiha from Japan here. Big right hand anytime he can. Buster, who's got a pretty good go a few rounds. If he can hold Mike off, Mike will dispose of him early. That right hand got through. That's a surprise. And what gets in tight, he's not just hanging on to Mike. He's here to fight. Trainers that we listened to over the years that, you know, I think sometimes you believe things that you're hoping for. But honestly speaking, Buster looks proud of a scheduled 12-round World Heavyweight Championship fight. The head's coming together. You saw Mike's head come by Mike. A couple of unusual things here. You know, against from like Trevor Berbick and Bone Crusher Smith, with the exception of Tony Tuck, fight is fighting Mike.
Hey.
Big thing is whether he can sustain this. Look at them as they exchange here in round 1. May have taken it on the glove there, but Buster is here to fight. What nobody else has been able to do, can he actually ever back Mike on? Certainly looking like an advantage for Buster Douglas here in the early going. Coming up to the closing seconds of this, the first one. Wow! With the right hand ending round 1. I gotta tell you, folks, this is exciting now. As we start round number 2, the Tokyo Dome, of course, Mike Tyson and his traditional black. Some of the opponents of Mike Tyson, namely the last opponent, Carl the Trump.
Hey, don't do that. Break.
And there was a lot of people that didn't expect that, and that's why Don King has brought this show on the road. Look at Buster landing some straight in front of him. Look at this, Buster landing some shots. Mike comes through, leans to the right, and then throws. Going to explode. You've seen it so many times before. Moran has to separate the two. Mike comes through and misses the jab. Fight. You heard about Buster Douglas' mom passed. That didn't seem to bother him. This is the biggest night of his life. Midway, let's see. Hey, there's a grazing right hand gets through. The left hand again by Douglas. Surprising, probably would be scored more even by the judges because truck that have the punch stat information actually telling us that Mike Tyson, which is very surprising. Of course, Mike at any time lands that, said Larry Rezzadio, he's the judge we're actually talking about it. They threw that time by Buster. Look at this, Buster landing some shots here. In the fight against Tony Tucker, which was a real tough fight, Buster kind of went by the wayside. And at his size, maybe it's a strategy of the big shot. If that's the strategy, then it's working. Mike looks like he's got the adrenaline flow going a bit better. Everything has come kind of easy for him. Is he bored? Of course, the death of Custom out a good left hook to the body that time. And they tell me again, interesting information that Buster Douglas has left. Now the problem is the judges don't see even in the second round in favor of Buster Douglas. See Mike much more backed off by Mike Tyson, which is something we just haven't seen in other fights.
No.
Buster Douglas is not intimidated by Mike Tyson. Mike not using a... And Buster has that history of kind of wearing down. Octavio Moran, the third man in the ring. Unbelievable, the profile. Douglas, of course, in the white. You see him feint right, and then he doesn't. He grabs on and holds. You see right there? And that prevents Mike from doing by Mike Tyson. That one he kind of shoots from the hip and left hook of Mike Tyson. Oh, there's the left hook that got through. See if Buster can hang on and keep him off. Instead, it's Buster Crusher Smith, the big tall guy. Mitch Blood Green, a big tall. Both of those opponents just sort of hung on to Mike with seconds now as the bell ends round number 3. We're in Tokyo, Japan. And a beautiful arena here with a 35,000 on hand here, enjoying what they certainly didn't if maybe Buster's for real. And Mike, you saw lots of you maybe to try to wear this big guy down, but at this stage, into the 4th round, Toe's not shooting out that left as much. Well, there he goes. As I said, he throws the left and the right. Thing about Buster, some pretty good hand speed. He's a guy that, as we've seen so many times in other Jose Ribalta that win 10 rounds, and I suppose Tyrell Biggs, that Mike, when he decides to pick up the pace, can do it. Of course, they peep that left going. Oh, well, gee, there's a right hand that gets through. I'm talking about the time Mike's hands up. For some reason, Mike just doesn't look as aggressive and menacing. Don't ever forget that. Wow. That's the great thing about the heavyweights. There's the ability of Buster Douglas again. Fights and you see, there's Mike missing that big left and just Buster Douglas. And Douglas answering with loaded up shots of his own as the bell ends. Wow. Mike Tyson away, Buster came right back. Well, listen. As Evander Holyfield, of course, $1 guarantee for June. So, of course, he wants everything to go. Because I say that like I just expect Tyson to knock Buster. Confidence in the corner of Buster Douglas. And Buster, round number 5. You know, on my scorecard, I actually have Douglas winning 2. And look at this. The first 2 big shots and 3 and 4 shots landed. And this is the 5th intimidated at all. Now, you see what I mean about backing him off this? As I say that, Mike comes right forward. The trouble with trying to analyze when Mike wants to drag this into some later rounds, but there was a real good bit of swelling and puffiness by that left eye. See the jab followed by the right hand?
No.
You know, as the rounds go by, he has to now. Might never fight. Oh, big right hand. If 2, 3, or 4 is a question mark, he's winning the 5th round. He a professional boxing judge at the midway point here, and even Mike lunging with the left hand. And Buster seems quick enough on his feet, he's able to slide back. A lot of that has to do with the height and reach that he has. Mike, they just tied him up and it made for a lackluster fight. Buster Douglas.
No.
That have fought Mike, no matter whom they may be. Is Mike having an off night? You don't know. I mean, we've seen him in any of his fights behind in the fights before and then, because they're the tallest guys that I can recall him fighting. You see that punishing coming up to the closing seconds of the 5th, and this is certainly Buster Douglas. Do something in itself. Back into the corner of Mike Tyson, and we'll listen this time.
Right hand. All right, and punching him. The save.
Japan will do the official scoring, but a blind man can see stage. I question whether that could be the fight plan to drag it into the later round. Tyson, with a long history of early knockdowns all through, it hasn't been a lot of rounds since then. I'm saying to myself, hey, is Mike mentally prepared to go the distance in this fight? Career. Oh, nice jab by Tyson that time. Thunder in both hands. And you get the idea now that the adrenaline's pumping here. And this is when they separate the great diversity. And Mike has got to rebound from this because the movement. Mike continues to stay flat-footed, not showing a lot, but Buster's been able to gobble him up. See, that one just off. We're in the closing, going to jump as the bell ends the 6th round. Buster seems to realize it and backs up. No problem. All right, here we go with the 7th round. Bob Sheridan here in Tokyo, Japan. Mike Tyson in the black trunks having a very tough, everything going for him. A lot of talk about the depth of his night and all of that sort of stuff, but of course one big shot from Mike Tyson. Going to this point, you at least have to begin thinking the possibility of these guys in the boxing game having the best night of his life. Mike, if he's not execute a lot of things, his hands aren't real busy, he's throwing a lot of wide punches, and again, you see the jab, holding Mike off. Buster, he's in great shape, there's no question about it. Look at him pushing Mike. Buster has got the confidence of perhaps, you know, you go back to when, hey, maybe I can beat this guy, Muhammad Ali, is Spinks. And when a fighter believes in himself and he's ahead of Mike Tyson inside, Buster fatigue here. I think Mike probably having his best round of the fight. And that, to me, is Tyson's first round of the fight.
All right, you're down. You're down on the scoring.
You know, we showed you a shot. It was a big surprise. They immediately got Greg Page out of there as a sparring partner and could be an opponent for Mike Tyson. And let's see if Mike can sustain what he started in the 7th, or if Buster is going to... We're in Tokyo, Japan. I'm Bob Sheridan. You're watching the Heavyweight Championship. Expecting to see some fatigue from Buster. Heavyweight Championship fight. Buster looking to land the right hand behind it. Let's see if we can get back to that. Oh, instead Mike lands. And there's going to be a sense of urgency for Mike. I think his corner has told him the punch stats that's relayed to me, but by the same token, they're 5th and even into the 6th round. Mike trying to sustain what he did in the 7th here. We find out from the truck again that Mike only averaged about, I think, in the 8th round. He's busier. And again, for about the 6 ones, the two fighters, about the heads coming together. Neither fighter, left eye. Buster, a little abrasion by that big right hand, but Mike takes it on the gloves, and he backs off Mike again with the left. See it? Right there, right on top of it, just as I say it. Wow, with the right hand that time. And the fact of the matter is, it's Bust gas in the early going of this round. He's got it back together in the late portion here. We've been looking for that all night. Oh, that's a nice uppercut that time. That drops up to 2, and 3, and 4. His 8. And here it is at 9. Is he going to get up? Yes, he does. All right. What a turn of events.
Made a mistake. W jab, straight right hand.
Trying to get his bearings back, trying to get those legs. It'll be an uppercut from Mike Tyson that eventually catches him. And there it is. Look at that. And down went Buster Douglas. Different angle. Look at the heads. And that's the Mike Tyson we've been looking for all night. Can Buster get it together between the 8th and 9th? Is it just another day of the office for Mike Tyson? Now let's see if Mike can sustain it. And he's got the adrenaline flow going. The 9th round of a fight we never expected to be this far. So no matter what happens, we give a lot of... And end it with one big shot again. He's down, he comes with the uppercut. Somehow or other, Buster's throwing shot. His mind is willing, or his leg expected us to be in. Look at these shots just loading up by Mike Tyson. Buster seems to have the bounce back in his legs. In fact, he looks better right. And I haven't seen Buster do, certainly in the Tony Tucker fight when he got in trouble. He passed the midway point in round 9, and I expected, Mike, look at this! Look at Buster come, I don't know, he got him again! Buster fights back strongly, can't get careless. Look at this! Who would ever have expected this? And he comes back, showing the heart, the tremendous heart that we've seen. Buster's got the heart back. Wow! Mike, I haven't seen Mike in this kind of trouble before. Look at Mike actually. Buster down, as you know, in the last round. No surprise. All right, there's the bell, ending the 9th round. Has been, when adversity comes, he's had trouble coming back. Finisher. It was late in the 8th round when Buster was in a lot of trouble. When he round, Buster actually came back. Look at these, and these replays. You see Mike get one big of this. Buster catches him behind the head, another flush left hook. Bangs the body back upstairs in the head, but Mike landed that big shot in between, but it didn't take a toll on Buster to this point. Oh, Mike tries to land a big right hand to open the 10th round. And according to my scorecard, he almost needs to, as the referee was breaking them. Mike misses the uppercut. But the big surprise to me is the way Buster came back in the 9th round. Buster not intimidated. He wants to keep it going. Mike actually, his legs, you notice his legs and these wide legs together as Buster's landing these. Oh, nice uppercut by Buster Douglas. Look at this. For the first time in his career, Mike Tyson hits the canvas. He may not be able to recover. It's up to 7 and 8. He not got him out. Unbelievable. Unbelievable! Buster Douglas, beat of the world! This has got to be one of the biggest upsets in the history of the new, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world in Tokyo, Japan! Wow, what? Mike definitely confused. I've called a lot of great fights over the years, but this Mike, certainly one of the biggest. Just there told Mike that he was counted out. Aware of what happened. And look at Buster. John Horn there. A lot of concern in that corner. What a scene here in Tokyo. Boy, I'll tell you one thing, when the heavyweight championship is on the line, this is, no matter who the opponent is, this is unbelievable. 2 jabs, 3rd jab. Mike's legs weren't there at this stage, in my opinion. Still coming forward, and there is and it's that uppercut that had Mike back reeling, and then followed up by a real strong left. He is now about to be counted out. Wow. Boy, you talk about Mike being out of breath and out of gas. This is a draining fight to call into Washington. Spinks and Ali, some of the great upsets of all. And one more look at it. There's the big uppercut that changes the course of boxing. The big left hand right, bang, right there. Punches, another big left hand, throwing the punches as he goes down. And Mike, for all what a night for Buster Douglas. Now there'll be all kinds of question for this fight and the change of trainers and the future for Mike and picture. It'll be all a jumble now with this man, the new heavyweight champion of the world. Lennon Jr. And listen to it, because this will be a very historic.
23 seconds in round number 10. World James Buster Douglas.